do know that if Tulsi Gabbard or Joe Kent is potentially watching this, or if they are, as they have stated, or as the public figured out, being blocked from Kash Patel, you should be able to look into these flights and see who is on these manifests, and it is going to be extremely relevant. I'm telling you, it is going to be extremely relevant. And my best guess is that they are going to try to hide that or lie about it. And I'm wondering if these planes potentially maybe had some Americans on them, because that would be incredibly relevant. Anyways, let's get into 2025 here. We're going to start with just the planes don't come in at all in the beginning. This is me just putting down Charlie's schedule. May 23rd is the first time one of the planes come in, and that is the blue plane. The blue plane sits and it stays for a while. And I'm going to say that to us, when we looked at this, it appeared to be a legitimate maintenance stop, like that they came in because there was just some test flying that was happening around that time. I don't know for certain. Obviously, we're building upon this timeline, but the blue plane, our lag plane, gets into Provo on May 23rd, okay? We're going to keep with this timeline. You can see in June of 2025, by the way, is when the article broke. Sean Foyt is credibly accused of having been involved in fraud and embezzlement. There are multiple organizations that are binding together to say that he's immoral, he is unethical, that he has shady financial activities, he's misrepresented his ministry activities, ceaseless financial solicitation they accuse him of, intermingled with grand visions, which has led to untold financial gain and a steady stream of unpaid labor from volunteers. Starting to sound a little bit familiar here. And they make statements that he was purportedly using, and I'm going to say this is allegedly, I'm reading this from the article, using business credit cards for personal expenses. He diverted donations to personal accounts. He inflated the prices that were paid to vendors. He's using ministry funds to rent his own cabin in Montana for the ministry board meeting. I mean, there's all of these allegations that are coming from him. And by the way, even people who formerly worked at Turning Point USA say the same thing, that there's something not right about Sean Foyt. Now, despite all of this, and this breaks down the very many properties that they say are owned by him, very expensive properties, by the way, there's always going to be a real estate, there's almost going to be like a real estate theme and what we're going to discuss later. They're breaking down like this guy owns a ton of properties. He's moving a lot of properties. That's interesting to me. When the money is looking funny and you see that people own a lot of properties, you should be interested, okay? I'm not making any allegations against him, but I'm going to make some broader allegations that when I started piercing this layer of the Mormon church, I was like, is this a church or is this a real estate empire? Never seen so many real estate transactions in my life.